Steve.
Yeah, what's that?
What is your word?
Disappointment.
Oh, man.
Michael, what's your word?
It was a good movie.
No, what is your word?
My
your
word?
word?
I don't know. I don't know what my word is.
All right, we'll find it along
I haven't-
the way through massive
I haven't taken my
experience.
world trip yet.
Your
To find
word
myself.
is sacrifice.
I don't like that.
Not yourself, but those who must be sacrificed for the greater good.
Danielle, what's your word?
My word? I think my word is stuffing.
Stuffing.
I'm sorry, I'm still thinking about stuffing from Thanksgiving, and I feel like that's my whole personality now.
I hate this movie. I'm sorry. I don't mean to disappoint you again.
What are you talking about? You loved it.
I know how much this movie means to you, and that
They
it's.
don't even mean that much.
I
They're
know,
just good movies,
I know
Steve.
this is like your feel good, like Sunday afternoon, rainy day kind of movie, and like I don't want to ruin it for you. So
You can't ruin it for me.
I just feel like you should know that this movie made me question our friendship just a little.
Oh yeah,
Just a little.
you taking it there?
Yeah.
I'll beat you to death.
Wait, are you going to take a trip to Rome to find
I
yourself?
might have to. Just to really sort this out, because I mean, I
You-
don't know where I stand in this group anymore. Because
Yeah, you really got to find your word, you know.
yeah, I thought it was happiness. Now I know that it's not.
So Eat, Pray, Love. That's what we're watching this week.
Yeah. I don't know where to start with this one. So, Michael, since this is your favorite movie, you're the Eat,
Just
Pray,
putting that
Love
on me.
expert.
I'm the Eat, Pray, Love expert. Okay.
Yeah, you're the Eat, Pray expert. Love.
Expertly
Lay it
love.
on us. What draws you to this movie so much?
Because it's a romance movie.
But
And it delivers. That's what it is.
I mean,
Take an adventure with her to find love.
most of it is her ending romance. So
Yeah, but she gets the good one at the end.
Steve, I don't think you understand
Yes.
the whole point of this movie.
I don't.
You
Explain.
don't. The whole time she was letting go of love because she herself didn't truly know what it was like to feel love. And she had to love herself before she could love others.
And before she could let others love her.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Steve.
That sounds so stupid. This is why these movies don't work for me.
Because you don't believe in love, Steve.
Yeah, I was going to say. It's
That's
like, well,
basically it.
fundamentally, it just doesn't work for Steve.
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll find love.
Guess this is all for nothing.
I have no official comment.
Um.
You got to eat, pray, love, Steve.
Okay, so I guess the title does make sense because the movie
Yeah.
was broken up into her eating her way through Italy, her praying her way through India, and
Yep.
her loving her way through Javier Bardem.
Yep.
All the way through them.
Yep.
I don't know why we needed 2 hours and 20 minutes to
Because
do
it's
that.
a good story.
It's a journey, Steve.
Steve, go on the adventure with her.
Okay, well, take me on this journey and we'll see where I end up at the end of it because I should have been taking notes throughout this movie.
No, absolutely not. So
I
this is like
instantly forget what happened.
all the other romance movies.
You have to experience it.
Yeah. So what happens? Well, it's a love movie, so I bet
Not a lot.
I bet it's going to be really bad. Then things are going to get better, and
Yep.
then they're going to be great.
Mm.
But like,
And
I
that's
felt
exactly what happens.
no, but like you know how all those romance they always have like that like, oh my god, no, fuck you, I'm not gonna fall in love, and then like she runs away. Like
Yeah.
I feel like this whole movie was that, and then when
Mhm.
it got to that emotional point with her and Bardem, And he was just like, let me love you. And she's like, no, I don't want to love. I'm scared. And then runs away. It doesn't matter because the whole movie was her being like, no, I don't want to love. I'm scared.
But then she gets
And
on
she
the
does
boat
it.
and let's cross over. Come on, man.
yeah, well,
Come on, man.
I don't get that. I don't get it.
Because it's a love story, Steve.
But what does James Franco have to do with it? He seemed like an asshole the whole time. Why did she love him?
That was
That's
his
why they
role.
cast him.
That was his role in this.
They were like, oh, he's like a free-floating hippie kind of guy. Isn't that great? Every woman should date one of these in their 30s.
Well, I mean, the guy immediately after she gets a divorce has to be the opposite, who was clean cut and like.
Yeah. Also, he introduced her to the ways of the yogi.
Yeah.
Of the yogi?
That's
what
what
was
they
yogi?
called it. He's a yogi.
He's a yogi. Did I miss that part? What the heck is a yogi?
All of the going to church with him and doing
Yeah,
the chants and stuff.
Oh, that all
very,
started
like,
with James
spiritual
Franco?
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
He introduced.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess he had a bigger part to play in this movie than I thought.
Yeah, that's why she wanted to go on her spiritual journey through 3 completely different places in the world that all shared the same religion.
I
and
thought she was
followed
just
the
a
same
white
person.
woman that was
He's like-
bored.
He's like the foundation of it because she meets
pretty
him
much.
and it's
Okay.
not him, but he teaches her what she needs to do
Yep.
And what did he teach her to leave? Was that
to go find herself.
hmm
He gave her the tools to do it.
Although he wanted her to stay, so that part
well?
was
Listen,
a
That
little
was
he had a
kinda-
lot.
that
To,
was
a
he
little
had a
weird.
lot
Yeah.
to offer. He was like, we could be miserable together.
Yeah.
We could pretend like we like each other just
Yeah.
to not be alone. Doesn't
No.
that sound great?
Yeah.
That
Right.
stuff was a little weird,
Yeah.
but
I don't know. I feel like you settle for James Franco. You save a lot of money in the long run because you don't have to buy all these plane tickets and like support yourself.
keep flying.
yeah, you
Keep
know?
flying to different parts of the world.
Yeah, I mean, you just settle down, you know. At least you're both miserable together. You agree upon that. You know, it's
Mhm.
no surprise like 10 years down the road when it's like, I hate you. Yeah, I know. That's what we agreed upon. You know?
But that seems bad. And she didn't want to do it, Steve, so
She-
she left.
She wanted passion, okay?
Yeah.
No,
she wanted
to eat good margarita pizza in Italy, and that's what she spent like 6 months doing.
a whole year. She said it was a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
I
Was that
thought it
the-
was only like 3 months. It was a whole
Well, was
freaking
that
year.
was that the expanse of her whole trip, or was that just her time in Italy was
From-
a year?
No.
First day
that
in
was-
Italy to last day in Bali was like a whole year.
It was a
Oh my
year.
God, what did she do for a living? How did she support herself?
She was-
Did you watch
She-
this movie,
I did.
Steve?
She was
Oh
a
my
famous
God.
writer. Also, she's Julia Roberts. She was fine. She was doing absolutely fine.
Yeah, but she's not Julia Roberts in the movie. She's what? Liz.
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 That was Liz, but all right.
Well, the one guy called her Lise.
Yeah, he had,
Yeah,
an,
with
he
two
had an
S's.
accent.
No, but the subtitle said Lise.
Yeah, it did spell it out. Liss.
Lise.
I'm
I'm
gonna-
just saying.
I'm going to list you. You keep it up.
All right. Well, no. I mean, obviously, I didn't pay too much attention to this.
Clearly.
Clearly.
I was too busy making colored commentary throughout
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
ruining the
instead
movie
of
for the rest of you.
instead of
Yeah.
enjoying the story.
I would enjoy it so much more if it was enjoyable.
Yeah, well, I mean, you did say at some point through this movie that this movie was not made for
It's
you.
not meant for me.
It's not made for the guy whose favorite movie is Avengers Endgame.
No, it's
Yeah.
Clue. I've said it 1,000
okay,
times.
Clue.
Doesn't
Uh,
count.
it-
That's,
That
not-
has a
different-
love story in it.
that's a
sort
terrible
of.
movie, so it doesn't matter.
I hate all of you.
But this movie was very clearly made for middle-aged white women who just
Who've
want to
their-
experience traveling without
That's me.
actually
I'm
traveling.
Michael.
That's me. Middle-aged white
Who's
woman.
had his third pumpkin spice latte of the day.
That's absolutely criminal. No.
Oh, what, 4?
No. I don't drink pumpkin
Criminally
spice
low number.
lattes. It's like, first of all, 7.
Yeah. Those are rookie numbers. You're going to want to bump those
Bump
up.
those up.
But yeah, this movie is very much 2010. It came out in 2010.
There was no
Feels
robots
very
punching
2010.
giant monsters, so instantly I lost myself.
Okay.
Well, you need to
So,
find yourself.
we're
And
go-
maybe through the plot you can find yourself. Let's see.
Well, okay, so I'm going to tell you my beginning of this movie, and we'll see if it adds up to what actually happens in the
Okay.
beginning of this movie.
Okay.
This will be
This will
fun,
be
actually.
interesting.
So Julia Roberts is a character who narrates the movie, and then
It's her story, Steve.
she's in Cambodia in the beginning of this. But
No.
you told me this doesn't matter, so I stopped paying attention to the beginning of the movie. So what is that scene in the beginning? She's narrating her life.
I think she was in Bali because that's where she came back to at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, so she was still married to that guy, went to Bali, and the dude was like, you're going to divorce your husband, and your life is going to take a turn because all your money's going to be gone. But don't worry, you'll eventually get it back.
Don't worry, you'll still have enough to travel for a year. A whole full year just traveling.
Oh, and also write somebody an $18,000 check so they can build a house.
Well,
She
that
crowdfunded it from her friends.
Yeah.
That was
Her rich friends.
there was the
She
montage
started a
of them.
GoFundMe.
Yes, you missed that whole point.
There was a whole scene where they open the email and then like
people
all her
donate
friends
money,
do it,
I
and then
guess,
you assume she got it funded.
Oh, well,
and then they get to build their house.
I just thought she had that lying around.
Yeah. Well, they could have gone into a little bit more detail with that instead of all the longing stares this movie had.
No.
You need the longing
You need the
stares.
longing stare.
How are we supposed to know they're in love if they don't longingly stare at each other? Because that's how everybody communicates.
So, since we're gonna get into this movie now, that Steve, it's his favorite.
Yeah.
We start off, and things aren't going very well for her.
No.
She wants to change her life, so she goes and does the big thing, and it changes her life.
I just love, I don't want to go to Aruba. I don't want to be married.
Yeah.
That was cold.
Some cold lines.
Those are some drastic jumps. Like, I don't want to go on your business work trip. I don't want to be fucking married to you.
It's like, this is not working at all.
Whoa.
My whole life is regret because I married you. I just, sand kind of bugs me. But what did you just say?
What's going on? Also, I'm going to be
Pretty much.
really weird in the divorce meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really weird.
I'm going to represent myself and bear my feelings out in a lawyer speak.
And then he did that song.
Oh.
No
Quitter.
No lyrics until
Quitter. Starts yelling in the meeting.
Like, okay.
Nobody would do that.
No wonder
in real
why
life.
she's divorcing you. You're a fucking high schooler. Quitter.
Well, and I'm not really mad that she gets divorced. I mean, they got to have the whole movie.
No, the movie had to
Yeah.
happen.
They got to have the whole movie, so.
Also, that guy seems weird, so I'd divorce him.
Yeah. I don't know, Michael. Let's get a third opinion. Would you divorce that guy?
100%.
Listeners at home, would you divorce that guy?
I'm a quitter.
I mean, I know this is a very topical movie. We're only 13 years behind finally watching this, but
Yeah.
I'm not 13 years behind.
well, yeah. I mean, you're up to date on
I
your
watched it when it came out.
on your pop culture.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I missed this one. I missed The Notebook. What were the other love movies back in 2010?
The other one.
That other one?
Anything with Channing Tatum in
Channing
it.
Tatum, yeah.
Oh,
anything with Channing Tatum in it. I'm
the
a
Star
fan.
movie, the Fault in Our Stars. I missed that
Oh,
one.
I saw The Fault in Our Stars.
The
There's like a
Wallflowers
war movie or something.
Oh, the war movie. A Walk to Remember.
Yeah.
That was it, because we were doing 9/11 movies back then.
All right.
Well, I mean, it was top. Everybody had to have a love story involving either that war or that
Yep.
tragedy.
That
So
was
like,
that was it.
It's like, I love you, but you're getting shipped off. I love you, but you got to go to work. Like, there was that. That's all we had. This terrible year.
You hear that, kids? 2010 was a hell of a time.
And then you got Julia Roberts fucking flirting her way to Italy. And she's like, you know what? I have a muffin top. I'm proud. And I'm going to eat some margarita freaking pizza, dude. And I support her. I supported her that whole trip. And then she left.
Yeah, Steve was really liking the Italy portion of the trip.
Yeah.
So, as we said earlier, clearly, if you haven't seen this movie, I'm sure everybody knows what this is about.
Yeah, if
but
you
the
were 13 years behind like us.
Yeah. The Eat, Pray, Love is broken down into the 3 different little mini vacations she takes over a whole freaking year of vacationing.
Yes.
Like everybody wishes they could do, but nobody can because they have to go to
Well, they're not
work.
Julia Roberts.
That's what I said in the beginning.
I'm
She's
not-
Julia Roberts.
I'm
it's
not
fine.
privileged enough.
She's like, I'm
apparently.
bored of being a millionaire. Put me in a movie where I get to travel to other places.
Yeah. And they actually filmed in those locations, so she
Yeah.
did get to take a vacation.
Well, yeah, I mean, being an Italian, such as myself,
Yeah.
I did notice a lot of these landmarks.
Do you have to do that every time you say you're
Yes,
Italian?
I was Italian.
He's been to Rome, everybody.
Roma. Thank you.
Yes.
Don't disrespect me like that. Yeah, no, I loved the scenery. That was a cool part of the movie.
Yeah, I liked the places that they went to film things that just are beautiful in real life.
I love the dramatic, still shot of her eating pasta and reading a dictionary.
She ate a lot of pasta.
Well, I mean, that's true to
She
form.
was there to eat.
Yeah. She needed to eat because in the scene before that, when she was going on to her beautiful friend, her best friend, that she needed to feel something for food again. So she needed to go.
I gotta be honest, I felt a lot of good stuff towards food when I was in Italy.
Yeah,
it was good.
She had lost her appetite for life. She went to get it back, and she learned how to eat in Italy.
It's a good place to go if you want to learn how to eat. It's relatively cheap. Food's really tasty. You'll gain a few pounds. It's great.
She gained at least 5 pounds.
At least. Well, yeah, you saw her trying on pants. It was a full 30 minutes.
It was an ordeal.
She had to squeeze into those low-rise jeans.
I feel like you would just size up. And there's no shame in that.
The scene's way shorter then. They're just like, oh, these fit. And they leave. That's no good. That's no good for the movie.
Yes,
there's no
dramatically.
It's a romance movie, and you're looking way too far into it.
She realistically, she gained absolutely no weight.
Nope.
She couldn't even put on 5 pounds for this movie.
But
ridiculous.
She learned how to have fun, and kind of got over the sadness of the official break in the relationship.
Right.
Yes.
And
she
they had
truly learned to eat her feelings.
That is the moral of this whole movie.
You gotta
eat your feelings.
When you're done eating, you pray, and then you go find somebody else after that.
After that, you pray, and you're like, man, I really need to lose some weight. I ate way too much in Italy. And your guru is like, yeah, you do.
You gotta slim down, all right?
Yeah, no, you're kind of making the rest of us feel bad about ourselves. Please. But yeah, so she eats her way through Italy. She makes some friends along the way.
They have a American Thanksgiving in Italy.
Yeah, and then she decides, you know what? Fuck your friendship. I'm leaving.
I don't think it was that mean.
Why would you leave that? That was the perfect... I'm sorry.
She wasn't done finding herself, Steve.
I feel like she found herself just fine.
She could have gone home after that and been rejuvenated.
The food alone is enough to be like, you know what? I'll go settle for that guy.
No. So she learned so much in Italy, and she wants to continue her
All right, break
knowledge.
it down for me. What did she learn in Italy?
Food's good.
Food's good.
Well, you saw her, the whole process of learning how, they said they're amazing at doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They've mastered the art of doing nothing.
She had to stop thinking so much about the pains of her past and just live in the moment.
Be.
Okay.
And eat.
Because that's what he said. Just let it be.
And
just
eat
let it
some
be.
Spaghetti with the guys who's also named Spaghetti.
Just have fun.
Yeah.
Remember that life can be so enjoyable.
Yeah.
Also,
learn to talk with your hands.
She learned a lot of Italian, and then she stopped learning languages for the
Italian.
rest of the movie. She didn't learn any other language.
Julia Roberts, what languages do you already kind of know? Italian? All right. That's where you're stopping first.
Yeah.
All right. We'll put another white guy in the India scene so you have somebody to talk to.
Yeah, pretty much. She did not really bother to learn any other language.
They fixed it up because he also had something odd. He was from Texas, which isn't what you were expecting.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, Texas, that's the most American part of America.
So he gave her the hard truth.
He's just like, listen, you could wake up one day and almost kill your son in your driveway.
Right? I think he did an excellent job.
It's a good thing you spent that whole 6 months eating your way through Italy.
Yeah, so I guess we're in India now.
We're in India.
Yeah.
It really does jump cut you. It prepares you at the end of each little thing. She's like, well, I'm off to my next destination now.
Well,
You go wrap it all up and then
they just
everybody
jolt you.
knows where the next part is.
I actually did kind of like that because you get the calmness of Italy, and she finally settled down with her friends and family now. And then once they're in Italy, she's in that cab, and it's a crazy freaking trip through the streets and
once you got to India.
Yeah, the dude's gunning it, and it's a hectic space. So it's you went from the comfort of what you were familiar with to now the hecticness of your unfamiliar.
That's what it's like to be a world traveler, Steve.
Yeah.
Did I just figure out the movie? Yeah.
You said that like 4 times during the film. Like, no, it's gonna go backwards, then it's gonna go forwards, it's gonna go back.
Yeah, it's like every new space you're in can feel uncomfortable at first, but once you've lived in it, you understand the heartbeat of that town.
That's exactly it.
But once you move to a place that has no white people, but for some reason everywhere you stay is run by white people, and they all can like make you feel at home, I feel like she wouldn't.
Well, when you call to make the reservations and they don't speak English, you have kind of a hard time actually
That's what I'm
booking
saying.
anything.
She wasn't calling and making reservations. These are rich people
Hi,
going to
yes,
visit.
I'm trying to stay at a guru's house for like 6 months. Like,
That's not
do you
what
have
you
any
do.
rooms available?
It's not what
Also,
you
do you speak English?
Also, queen size
perfect.
bed? Possibly. What's your Wi-Fi situation?
Wait, do you think her agent like booked all of this for her and she just like showed up?
Probably. I don't.
Yeah.
Like, how did she sort
they're,
of?
they're wealthy people to be able to do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
They don't have to talk to anybody. They just go.
Yeah.
Eat the rich. Anyway. Pray for their downfall and love that they're suffering.
None of it is the point of the film. Point of the film was eat, pray, love, Steve.
All right, we are in section pray now.
We are in subsection pray.
Yeah.
She has to learn how to smile with even her liver.
Yes.
She has to learn how to meditate.
She needs to center her soul, her being, to be calm and accepting of who she is.
It's like she's going through like training for some like big event at the end of all this, but really it was
mental
nothing.
gymnastics.
Yeah.
I feel like all of this could have been handled with like a bender trip to Las Vegas, and then you come back and you're like, I feel better about myself.
Yeah, but they made this movie.
It's not Eat, Pray, Las Vegas.
It's not eat, pray, lose your mind.
Eat, pray, lose 20 grand on the slots. I don't know. Again, this movie wasn't made for me, so
I know, and you just keep talking about how much you hated it.
Well, I didn't hate it. I just didn't like it.
I will say I do think that this middle phase was the slowest for me. I don't know why.
It dragged a
was
good bit.
Yeah.
she was just meditating and complaining about how she couldn't meditate.
Well, I'll give it to Michael. He did say Bradley Whitford was pretty good.
Yeah.
And he was great in this role as the weird Texas guy who just happens to be at the same monastery as her, and he kind of points her in the right direction on realizing her problems really aren't that bad in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
So she had to go to India to learn something from a white man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
All right.
That's the moral of the story. I went to Italy to learn something from a white woman. I went to India to learn something from a white man. Then I went back to Bali to learn from somebody who's
actually a
actually
Brazilian man.
Yeah.
Actually, but
yeah, I don't know what he is.
yeah, he said he's from Brazil.
Yeah. At least she learned from somebody who wasn't white.
At least she's learning, Steve. At least she's learning.
I have to learn from everyone, not just Ted.
All right, so she learns to pray and meditate and all that.
Smile.
Smile.
With her liver.
Yes, she's a smiley, happy person now, and she heads back to her guru that she met at the beginning of the movie, which I was totally confused about.
Yeah, he completely forgot about her, which was
Completely.
hilarious.
Which is funny.
Because it's like, yeah, you're just a basic white woman to
your
him.
Third,
like,
that's your third lesson. You're nothing to me. I forgot about you the minute you left.
he met her for 10 minutes a year ago,
Yeah.
and she's like, do you remember me? My whole life is surrounded by you now. Like, everything I'm doing is because of what you said.
It's like, I
And he's
devoted
like,
my
"Who are
whole
you?"
life to you, and you don't even know me.
Yeah.
This whole movie was a eat, pray disaster.
Gee whiz.
Oh my God, Steve.
Then he, in the same conversation, remembers her.
Oh, yeah. And I was kind of thinking he's just making that up just to
just
be like,
He's like,
yeah.
oh, yes, the white one. I remember you now.
Very pasty.
He does say that. It's like, yes, I remember. Your love life sucks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The one with the divorce. Okay. I remember. You're miserable. You lost all
Wait,
your money. Okay.
Did you go through phase eat yet? Oh, you did. Oh, good job. Okay. What about phase pray? Oh,
That's where we are now. Okay.
Oh, okay. Good. Making good progress.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and then he
So she finds herself.
yeah,
She finds herself.
he
Yes.
basically is like, all right, cool. So yeah, I guess you can follow me around for a couple more weeks if you want
Well,
to.
she stays and learns and talks to
And
people there, and
and she makes friends with an elephant
she does.
out of nowhere.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that scene the most.
It's
That
because
was pretty cool.
the elephant could sense her
Was that the
Yeah.
elephant in the room?
changing, and
I wouldn't go that far, Steve.
Sorry.
it
But she
could
meets the
sense her
evidence.
growth. Okay.
All I know is it was painted beautifully. I love the design on the
Yeah, it was
elephant. It was
pretty.
very
Yeah, it
nice.
was a happy elephant.
I loved again the scenery. I really enjoyed. I didn't care about the story around the scenery, but the scenery was really nice.
Well, I thought it was a good story.
Well, I'm okay with that.
All right.
I won't kick you
So-
off the show yet.
So yeah,
Yes.
we basically can skip over the whole.
She
pray section.
meditates for 40 minutes.
Yeah, and so this last part is really where
This is the love.
a lot of stuff goes down.
Yes.
This is where the most growth happens, I think.
Because at the end of her second tenure at the monastery or whatever,
Yes.
she meets Javier Bardem, and he almost hits her with her
An
car.
hour
Yeah.
and
With his
40
car.
minutes into this movie, we finally get our main actor.
Yeah, because it's the third act, so that's like the last third of the movie,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and we get the guy that's just gonna be the one.
He's just gonna be the love.
He's just gonna
you
be the
know?
one.
He's just gonna walk into that room and ooze love. you
But
know?
first, he's gonna almost murder you.
Yeah, well, that's how love always starts, with a murder. Danielle once shot me in the eye with a rubber band. It was an attempted
well,
murder.
that was not attempted murder. That was just us being bored in an office job. But all right.
But see, every good relationship starts with an attempted murder.
Mm.
yeah,
Oh, you're saying we have a good relationship?
Yeah, murder.
that's gross. That's gross.
Um,
So obviously, you follow the woman you almost hit with your
obviously,
car.
Yeah.
you're gonna want
To
to
the
follow
bar
her
later.
with stalker-like energy.
He's just staring at her, like walking slowly toward her, like-
day. You are very pretty when you're stressed.
That's it's not it at all.
That's what he
He's
says.
taking
No,
all the magic
okay.
right out of it, Steve.
He is also like the third person she's met who's recently divorced.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all
Everybody-
convenient. It's a story.
Everybody is divorced.
It's like it's not supposed to be realistic, and you guys suck.
No, I think
You
it
guys
is
suck.
realistic. I think most
They're like, how come
people-
they didn't make this decision? Because it's them making the other decision.
No,
Yes.
I'm just pointing out that he is divorced, so he has a shared experience with her,
Yes.
and they connect. And you know what? The world really just puts you in front of the person you really need to talk to.
It
so
does.
that's why
Well, when you eat
convenience
enough
happens.
and you pray enough, Javier Bardem comes out and he's like, "I will save you from
I
yourself.
will have sex with you.
I will put you on a boat and make tender love to you. It is me, Javier Bardem."
He's so gentle with the
God, I love his
This-
voice.
the stubble, yeah,
Yes.
and the
Oh.
hair. So
Sorry, enough gushing about my dream man.
Dreamboat over here.
I want to take you to the ocean and ravage your body.
well, he was such a polite gentleman.
He
you know,
was.
they hung out.
Well, and he was,
They-
I think he was trying to show her to throw caution to the wind and maybe let yourself
Love.
fall out of balance and be cared for.
Well, she even
Yeah.
goes back and says, "Oh, I broke up with him," and he's like, "Why'd you do that?"
Yeah, even the
Why-
smartest dude
he's
in
like,
the
"Well,"
movie.
Yeah.
He's like, "Well,
It's like, what are you,
no,
What?
we were,
what are you, stupid?
we were working towards love. That was it."
Yeah.
You
re-
know,
And
you
she's like,
missed it.
wait, so this isn't about being like alone for the rest of my life?
No, it's
Oh,
like,
okay.
you'll be fine.
remember in the beginning of the movie I told you to fall in love with a guy from Salvador? Yeah, well, there he is. I
Yeah,
love it.
that's the guy.
Yeah.
It's like the rest of your life is waiting.
And he's like, why won't you take a chance with me? Get on the boat. We have no life jackets. What do you need that for? Take
So
a
she-
chance.
So she doesn't.
She doesn't.
She
She doesn't.
doesn't at first.
She runs
yeah,
away.
and like this is like that emotional climax that like every love movie has, where like everything's going well, and then all of a sudden, no, I need to throw a wrench in it because I'm getting too comfortable.
She's self-sabotaging.
Yes.
Okay, she needs to learn how to not do that.
Typical Pisces, always throwing it away because Mercury's in retrograde.
Steve's really trying.
I guess.
Do I understand it now?
No.
Damn it.
Not even confirmed that she's a Pisces. Okay.
Damn. Yeah.
Not good.
I know. She's such a Virgo. God.
Even worse.
Steve and I are both Virgos. Anyway.
Slay.
So.
Yes.
This is hard.
So she denies Javier Bardem.
And she runs away from him.
And she runs away and goes and sees the guru because she hasn't seen him in weeks because she was so in love with Javier. But then all of a sudden she doesn't love him anymore because things started getting real. So then she went back to the guru, and the guru's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Go back. And she's like, okay, I'll go back.
Yep. So, then she...
it was
sails away
presented
on a
much
boat with him.
softer than that.
Yeah.
And it was presented
That was pretty
excellent.
soft.
I said it with a soft voice.
In a soft tone. I wasn't angry about it. It was very soft. It's caring. I love
Gentle,
Javier Bardem.
tender.
Like, all right, put him in more movies.
Steve, she did all that work, and then she gets the boat. She's standing by the boat at the end of the movie to get him back. You're
And-
just disrespecting the whole story by
And
making she went to cross over with him.
Yeah, she learned
Come
what
on,
her
Steve.
word
She
is.
found her word, okay?
Can't be making
And
such light of it.
She found her word, which was an Italian word, which she
that
could
the
have learned
subtitles didn't
for
catch
the
up
first
with.
3 months.
And we don't have to crap on every bit of it.
No, I said I liked the scenery.
Okay.
I love Javier Bardem. He was great.
It's like the third time you said, I like the scenery.
It was great. Italy looked beautiful on film.
Yeah.
India looked beautiful on film.
Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Again,
Steve,
it wasn't made for me, so you can't expect me to like sing the movie's praises.
I
Like,
wasn't asking you to sing the
I'll
movie's
sing
I
it.
praises.
wasn't. I was just expecting you to maybe discover a little bit about yourself
Right.
through watching this movie.
But no, he's just got to make crass comments the whole time. Can't even look at the story for what it is and just, take a piece of it with him.
I'm sorry I didn't slice off a piece of Eat, Pray, Love and
Well,
take
you
it home
should've.
with me.
It was
in my
meant
back
for you,
pocket.
Steve.
You know what I think he needs? I think he needs to meditate a little
He
bit.
does.
Maybe
he needs to chill out.
He needs to get some of that anger out, just let it out into the world.
Listen, work at a Home Goods and then still feel joy from Eat, Pray, Love. You've seen the worst there is in society.
Eat, Pray, Love's good. It's a good story.
Well, I'm glad it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's not for me.
Yeah, we get it.
Godzilla
we get
didn't
it by
show
now.
up. He didn't even breathe fire. There was no slapping. Julia Roberts didn't slap a single person.
I will say that I also didn't really like it.
It's great.
I was coming along this whole time. I get what they're trying to do, but it was a lot. It was a long
They're
movie.
not trying to do it. It's a sappy romance
It's a
movie.
sappy romance. And again,
Well, I don't like sappy romance movies, so
It's too bad. It was beautiful.
yeah.
well, see, this is why we have you here, because you're the sense of reason in all of this.
You're the sentimental one in the three of us.
Yeah.
We're
Sad.
bitter
He was-
old fucks on this side of the table.
Michael needed some tissues for this one. He really
It's a great story. I like good stories.
he was getting emotional.
You do like good stories, and I'll give that to you. But it's like I said to you during the movie. You know the movies that you love that are all talky and it's
Mm-hmm.
not much is actually happening.
Not much is happening. She changed her whole life, Steve. She changed her whole life.
Everything
Because
is different.
she had the pleasure of having enough money stored up that she could just
That's
travel
not the
for
point.
a year and eat her way through Italy
You
and then
can't-
live in a monastery.
Okay. We're gonna
for
go through the
free.
whole way through it.
Yep.
Steve,
I'm just saying.
it's a fluffy love movie. You can't base it in reality. That's not where fluffy love movies come from.
But then the love isn't real.
That's why it's a movie.
It's fluffy garbage.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Oh, okay. Well, see, now I
it's
get it.
It's supposed
All
to be.
it really is meant to do is you go see the movie with your significant other and it gets you just a little silly to where you go home and you have fun later.
You get to have adult time.
That's what the movie is.
It's eat, pray, go home, and fool around a little bit.
That's what that movie is.
You have 2 glasses of wine, and then all of a sudden you're feeling bubbly because they eat, pray, love.
Yep.
Michael at home with his Cabernet Sauvignon.
I'm
like, oh, Julia, I felt that before.
Well, I think we've eaten, prayed, and loved enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was quite a journey.
This was a journey. I'm glad you allowed.
Every once in a while, I force you guys to watch good stories.
Well, okay.
Stories,
yes.
Not even just good stories. Just different kinds of movies.
Yeah. Well, I gotta be honest. I will give it to you. You're putting things in front of me that I never would have watched before.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll thank you for that. However,
sometimes you gotta eat, pray, love.
Sometimes you gotta tip your hat and realize I'm a 31-year-old man who doesn't understand traveling across Europe to find Javier Bardem.
Well, I can say the same thing, and I get it.
All right. Well,
I would.
Different strokes.
You're both pasty white men, and
but see, he's got
two different.
He's got
different
glasses.
ways.
He saw it in a different light than I did.
Eat, pray, love.
What more can we say?
What more can we say?
Thank you for subjecting yourselves to my different style movie.
Thank you for subjecting our listening audience to Steve enduring
berating a movie for 40 minutes. This is Eat, Pray, Love. We're gonna trash it.
That's our show.
It's
a good if you like good love stories. It's
maybe you'll like it.
Obviously
we're 2 episodes into this at this point. Like obviously you know my opinion at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Probably don't trust my judgment when it comes to love movies.
We're gonna find a love movie that Steve likes one of these days.
One of these days we'll hit one. He'll be like, that one kind of got me a little bit.
I did watch one in high school. It was called it had Gerard Butler in it, and like he was this Irish guy, and of course,
really,
I think like Amy Adams, like of course went through a divorce, flew over to Ireland to find herself, and she found Gerard Butler, but Gerard Butler, something happens to him, and she's like, oh, but at least I found him, and it's like the same story, but it did get me. Yeah, if we can figure out what that one was called, something I love you.
P.S. I love you.
Yes.
Yeah. I knew what it was.
P.S. I love you.
Yes, it was called P.S. I Love You. And I fell in love with it because Gerard Butler was in it. And he had a sexy Irish accent.
So if it was just Gerard Butler in the movie, you'd like this movie?
Well, I like Javier Bardem, but something about the Irish accent on Gerard Butler. Woo, baby.
Steve likes a good Irish boy.
I saw God on that day. Hoo, hoo, hoo.
All right, and with that, we're gonna stop talking about this movie.
Eat, pray, love.
Yeah, eat, pray, love. And
peace be with you and all of that.
Eat, pray, and listen to more of our episodes, I guess.
Eat, pray, meditate, find a different guy. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye. Guess that's it.
Eat, pray, goodbye.
Eat, pray, take a nap.
Eat, pray, I'm getting a fun.
Woo! Eat, pray, Steve's asshole.